It's a blessing to be alive. We thank God for our elders, that God has brought you at such a time. We'll read for our hearings one verse from the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14. And it reads, "For if you remain silent at this time, Esther chapter 4, verse 14 begin reads, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to such a royal position for such a time as this." Esther was queen, and there was a plot to eliminate the Jews. Her position was powerful to save the Jews. You know, sometimes people get to a position and they forget. They enjoy and they relax. So Esther was like enjoying and relaxed, being queen. But then there's a guy called Haman. Haman had a plot to eliminate the Jews. But she didn't know, because she felt that, well, where I am in such a powerful position, they will not affect me. So her uncle, Mordecai, sent word to her. Said, "Go and tell the queen that if she thinks where she found herself today, that if something will happen to us, she will not be affected." Tell us that she lied. But because we are trusting God, and if she failed to read and to use her position to deliver us, assure her that help will come for us, but she and her father's house will perish. Our father and our mothers, this is not a play position you have come. Look at Liberia. Look through the window. Liberia is 173 years old. The challenge is yours as our elders to bring this transformation, to bring this change. And you can make it. You can make it, I trust. But you have to do business with God, as we said on yesterday. When Solomon was inaugurated, in 2 Chronicles 1, 7-10, God appeared to him in his dream and asked him, "Look, Solomon, tell me, what do you want me to do for you?" And Solomon said, "But God, this question, look at me. What I need from you is to give me wisdom, knowledge and wisdom, because how can I lead such a great people?" And then God said, "Look, Solomon, because you didn't ask for yourself, I'll ask wealth for you. This seed, if our elders will feel that this is where to make wealth, you are making a mistake. You will become an enemy of God. Because our people are bleeding, our people are crying. Look at the educational system. Look at things. And I know that you can make it, and you will make it. Don't be distracted. God will provide the resources. God only does for you. The same way He blessed Solomon, He will bless you too. But put your people first as Samuel put his people first. Today you are in this position like Esther. Esther forgot. But when she was reminded, she mobilized her prayer team and they began to pray, and God brought deliverance to the Jews. Through you, we'll have a new Liberia. Through you, Liberia, according to one of our presidents, will become a wholesome, functioning society. Through you, our common enemies, poverty, ignorance and disease will be defeated. God trusts you, and that's why you came. Please, do not let God down. Father, we thank you for this morning. We thank you for our elders. We thank you for our President Pro Tem. The second in the history of Liberia to have a mother to cheer the Senate. We know, Lord, you will send your blessing. We thank you for all of our elders. Protect them, Lord, from all harm, price, and danger. Give them good health. Give them wisdom that will be able to bring about a new Liberia. It is possible. We thank you in Jesus' name.
Liberian Senate. Capital Building, Capitol Hill, Monroeville, Liberia. First is sitting. First session, 55th.
Today being the first day of sitting, and call order for a roll call. Yes.
Roll call, first is sitting. First session, 55th legislature. Senator Young Lee Connor Lawrence, President Pro Tempore, Senator Grand Bassa County. Montserrat County, Senator Abraham Garros Dillon.
Present.
Senator Sir Ali Joseph. Grand Bassa County, Senator Western M. Finley.
Present.
Simon County, Senator Councilor Gussie S. Chair. Senator Creighton O. Duncan. Maryland County, Senator James P. Barney. Senator J. Blackwood Brown. You arrangement.
Yes.
Who is Senator?
No. It was about ranking senators.
When you are reading, that's how you are ranking senator.
Yeah, ranking, yeah.
Then you said, first,
Yes.
first.
A different person will come, you don't be here.
So, I like that. I like that.
That's
Rankin County. Senator Simeon Wema Taylor.
Present.
Senator Dapa M. Baba. Ball County, Senator Prince K. Moy. Senator Johnny K. Pehe.
Present.
Nimba County, Senator Prince Val Johnson. Senator Jeremiah Pancon. Grand Judah County, Senator J. Marapena. Senator Thomas Yahanimno.
Present.
Lofa County, Senator Councilor Joseph K. Jala.
Present.
And Senator Momoti Cyrus.
Present.
Kwame County, Senator Edwin M. Snow Jr., Senator J. Alex Tyler. Marjorie County, Senator Tunin J. Mariukwe, Senator Nathaniel F. Magero. Riverside County, Senator Wellington Gibbon Smith,
Present.
Senator Bill T. N. Dwelly, Grand Crew County, Senator Albert Tubanchi, Senator Lemony T.S. Batekwa, River G County, Senator Jonathan Borja Sopi,
Present.
Senator Francis S. Dogo II, Apollo County, Senator Botokane, and Senator Amara M. Cunning. Non-presiding and President pro tempore is three senators, 18 senators present and 7 senators absent. First is sitting for the Vice Session, 55th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, Tuesday, 3rd, 16, 2024. Agenda all of business, 1 call to order, 2 devotion, 3 roll call, 4 readoption of the agenda, 5 unfinished business, 6 report from standing committees, 7 business on president's decks, 8 experience from last campaign or elections, and suggestions on how to improve the electoral system and laws by all senators, 3 minutes each. The appointment of chairs and vice chairs of standing committees. 8, another business, non-adjournment. President Pro Tem and presiding, distinguished senators, read out the draft agenda for today's sitting.
Thank you. Distinguished senators, the president is reading of the agenda. What is your will and pleasure? Senator Chair.
Thank you, President. Again, let me welcome all of us to the 55th legislature. So while on my feet, I move that the agenda read be received and open for
It has been moved and seconded. And the agenda just read be open for discussion. Are we ready to vote?
Yeah. Ready?
All in favor, say yea.
Yeah. Presiding. Presiding, if there are no imports from senators, I now move that the charter be adopted and used as our working tool for today. I so move.
That motion, I will ready to vote. All in favor, say yea.
Yeah.
Mr. President, as first item, experience from last campaign election and suggestions on how to improve the electoral system involves beginning with most right accounting. It was not here, all of us at the table.
Madam President, contemporary distinguished colleagues, Senate staff, the media, fellow Liberians, who want to give God a glory today for our return, and especially so as we commence proceedings and activities here at the Senate on the 55th legislature with particular reference to the Senate. Today marks the first sitting in the first session of the 55th legislature. I will give God the glory. Our experiences, so to speak, from the election were very telling. Our people spoke. Our people asked for change. Our people voted for change. And our people voted with high anticipation that this change is possible, is doable. And that is why they elected the personnel that they elected. And we dare not fail. Part of the change our people sought was for us to be different. I campaigned through most of our county and parts of this country. The people said we should fight to ensure that we can combat illicit drugs that is killing our country. We dare not fail. I campaign and listen to our people, their quest, trust, and demand for accountability, transparency, openness. Those who they elected, they believe that these personnel can bring about the change. We dare not fail. Our people want jobs. They don't want handout. Our people want empowerment. They don't want patronage. Our people want dignity. They don't want sycophancy.
Who give me time like you?
And I hope the Liberian Senate, they 55th, will maintain the hope of our people and stand firm in doing check and balance. I am confident the faces I see, the caliber of people in this room, the professionalism people bring to various issues. I am confident we honor the leadership of our pro-tem. I'm confident that we'll do our best for our country and people. As chairman on foreign affairs, I'm humbled and I want to express my gratitude to my colleagues, my distinguished colleagues, for reposing the confidence in us. We read the 0 hours of that committee. We are confident that we'll do the job. We will engage with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that we can have a broader perspective of Liberian diplomatic relations and missions across the world. We will follow up all issues that are affecting Liberians and their well-being, especially when it comes to consulate and embassies around the world, Liberian consulate and embassies around the world, issues that are delaying and stalling the issuance of passport to Liberia or Liberia.
Please check the time.
Which category of Liberians require Liberian visa to come home to Liberia? We will be looking at all of those things. And we can assure you that with God being our God, we will not fail your trust. Thank you. God bless you.
We move on to the Grand Ambassador.
My distinguished colleagues, we've had an interesting period in the process through which 15 new senators were elected. I hail from Basso. I come to this Senate with 55,000+ votes that believe in me, put their confidence and trust in me to make a difference. During the campaign, I made a commitment to the people of Basso, for which I'm here and intend to accomplish. Two of the outstanding commitments I made that will put electricity into the homes of the people of Kansas City. People of Kansas City look forward to that so that we enjoy what Nimba County is enjoying, what Muscarata County is enjoying, what Montgomery County is enjoying, what Bone County is enjoying, what Maryland, River Chief County are enjoying. Public service that enhances the lives of our people. I also made a commitment to the people of the districts where the young people want to receive special skill training that will establish and run vocational training institute in every district in Mombasa County. 5 is a rural district in Mombasa County. So I'm committed to that. So I'm presenting this to my colleagues that as the budget comes this Senate, and I will make the request for these improvements for the lives of our people that you will join me in supporting my cause. I also want to say to this Senate that yes, the Liberian people are depending on us. I don't think in the last 18 years we had a stronger Senate. The kind of colleagues I see in this Senate, that we will fail the Liberian people. We may have our differences, different political views, different political institutions. We have a responsibility to the people of Liberia. Congratulate the rescue team, the rescue senators, but also we on the other side of the non-rescue senators, we would like to say to all of you that we will see different views, different opinions, but it's our responsibility to sit at the table, to consult, to reject those things that will not be good, and to accept those things that will improve the living condition of our people. Madam Pro Tem, I would like to take this time to congratulate you also, even though we did that yesterday. And look forward to working along with you to improve the lives of the people and improve the lives of the people in which country we both hail, the ambassadors. To the rest of my colleagues, I say 14 that was elected with me, congratulations. The 15 that was sitting, that we met here, look towards you for your guidance, experience, the leadership as we move forward for the next 6 years to improve the lives of our Liberians. May God continue to bless all of us as we move along this journey. Thank you.
Signer Council. Senator Councilor Bassi SJ.
Madam President, distinguished colleagues, I bring you greetings from the great people of Sino. A couple of months ago, when Sino running a campaign, not for ourselves, but for our party and our candidates. And I must say that there were many challenges as far as the national process was concerned. One of them was the long queue that we experienced during the voting process. And that is because it takes time for the election workers to go through the voter roll, to look up the data for a voter. And my question was, look, then why do we have the biometric IDs? And the reason why they were doing it manually is because they didn't have the voting machines, the ID readable machines. And when the people from the Election Commission were here, and we spoke to them about that, they said, given the time, and of course, and also resource constraints, it was not possible to introduce the voting machines. But that's something that we will take on our advisement for future elections. And so I want to remind us to look into that. I want us to make sure that for the next election, that we have the voting machines, the biometric ID readable machines that will help to decongest the lines and make the process more efficient, so that people don't have to wait for hours in queues or on lines to cast their votes. There's some people who don't have that much patience, and because of that, put it with and may not also wait in the future we continue like this. So it's something I want us to seriously look into, because that will reduce the throughput time. Throughput time meaning that the time it takes for a person to go through the whole process of voting. And that happens, and of course, reviews will be reviewed, at least a little bit of review, and that will help in a major way. For us in the Southeast, and I want to speak for Silo, for that matter, our communities are sparsely populated. And what do I mean by that? You have small towns and villages with few inhabitants. As a result of that, the Election Commission for our county and for most of the Southeast use the centrality method in establishing the voting precincts. And that has disadvantaged our people. They said that, for instance, if there's a village here, there will be 20 persons. You have to walk maybe another 2-3 hours to get to another village. But maybe, as you have to 2-3 persons, maybe 20-30 persons, not 2-3 persons, 20-30 persons. Maybe another village with 50 persons. Maybe around there, another 1 hour, 2 hours, to another village with 100, 75 persons. And just like that. And so what they did, they put the precincts in the middle of those towns. So imagine somebody working 3 hours, 4 hours to a precinct to vote. And that has always disadvantaged us. Because not many of our people are willing to do that, especially when it comes to voting. So walk 3 hours, 4 hours to go and vote. And there are some who have to cross rivers. Oh yeah, our county is full of water bodies. And we hold our elections during the rainy season. And during that time, the rivers, the creeks are all full. Myself, you'll not believe it. In 3 of the locations that I went, I almost got swept away by the current of the river. And the water, in one of them, the water struck almost to my neck. I can tell you that. So you imagine what our people go through. And that can discourage our people, and that could be one of the reasons for the low turnout. So that's something we need to look into to ensure that more precincts are established in our part of the country, the Southeast, and especially I'm speaking for science. Apart from the election, and those are the two major things I think we need to work on for our election, for the Southeast and for the entire voting process. And apart from the election, while we're running our campaign, campaign got issues. If you think our people don't talk about issues, then we're deceiving ourselves. Oh yeah, they talk about issues. And the overriding issue in the Southeast is the road. The Southeast is effectively disconnected from the rest of the country. Moreover, being the capital, the center of everything that everybody has to come to every day. You have a simple thing like even your driver's license, or even if you have with a paycheck, or you want to buy market, want to do business, want to do commercial activity. You have to come to Monrovia. We don't have the rural network to enable that. And so our people have very, very tough time. So I'm appealing to us to please the discussion we started on the road fund to decentralize the distribution. Please. Let's insist that that is done. I also want us to ensure that the Southeastern roads, we have 2 corridors, the one from Bassa and the one from Nimba, so that they are worked on. I want to thank the outgoing government for efforts made, but so that we know that they are funding for the Nimba side of it, but we should also make sure that we have funding for the one we call the coastal highway. so as to ensure that our people have access, unfiltered access to Monrovia, because because of that, the cost of living is high in our part of the country. The cost of living is very high for our country, especially during the rainy season. It's difficult for our people to and from Monrovia. And that cost is passed, whatever cost the district will incur is passed on to the consumers. And so it's our people that bear the brunt of that. And if they want to escape the road, they use these seaworthy boats. You remember?
Don't make me laugh.
The man was not that.
Don't set an example on me.
Council, what's your prayer?
So, a lot of work on these things for people. It's important that we do these things lots of people. And in closing, let me say thank you for this referral of me for the Judicial Committee. I assure you that I'll be committed, I'll be diligent, and I'll be professional in the discharge of my responsibilities. Thank you.
While Madam Designer, distinguished senators, I must first of all say that I'm very pleased being among you as the Senator of Simon County. I know that I'm going to learn a lot from you, and I am willing and hoping to learn from you, distinguished group of people. My senator, with his vast experience, has spoken.
Thank you.
And I would just like to add a little bit to what he just said. So I think I will work within the 3 minutes. The issue of road in our county is a problem. What it does to our people, it keeps them in poverty. You buy a bag of cement in Monrovia for $7.50 or $8, or you buy one bag of cement in my county for $15.
Right.
And so many of our people cannot afford to build a home to sleep in. So my primary concern here will be fighting for road for our people. Also, what did the road do to us during this campaign? It limited our people from exercising their constitutional right, as my senator indicated. When the tide goes high during the rainy season, our roads are cut off. What it also do, and I think in this public matter, I would recommend that this has to affect our constitution. The time that we decided to have election in this country is detrimental to us. We cannot move from one place to the other to sell what we want our people to buy. And what am I saying? Our little cars that we're taking there are all damaged. You take a trip to Sidon, you come back, you have to go and experience over $3,000 to $4,000 repairs. So during the rainy season, we don't campaign the way we should. And so we go running ahead of time and campaign during the dry season, and then we sit back and watch the rainy season to make a decision for us. So I beg that we will be pushing. Also, some of our promises. I think many of you know there's a common saying in our country that a crewman let book. You see, most times they carry 2 colors of pen in the pocket: the red, the blue, and sometimes the black. 3. And people used to, they like to grease business. But what is happening in our county, Sidon, the educational issue there is a problem. Our one-level community college don't even have a place to sit. We sit in the multilateral high school. And the time that the kids will have to leave before the community college students come in is not enough. So we are draining our brains in our county. I will also be pushing for us to have a new campus for the community college, and sometime down the line, to have a university built in our county. And so I just want to say that I'm grateful being with you, distinguished colleagues, and I wish that we work together cooperatively. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President. Distinguished colleagues. Let me firstly congratulate the President for first day presiding over our session on the 51st and the 55th legislature. And let me thank colleagues who prefer me as chair on the rules of the administration. I intend to serve you with all my heart, the best way I can, so that we all can have a conducive environment at the National Senate. And so before I talk on the issues on the agenda, let me just say on the issue of offices, especially for new senators, we have started discussions with the Pro Tem this morning. The Pro Tem in her capacity as Blue as well started some exercise, and so the office is being prepared. So those of you that do not still have offices, please give us today and tomorrow before we have a result. On the issue of lesson plates, Pro Tem is key to official lesson plates because Monday is going to be a state occasion here at the Capitol. So it's important that, especially the new senators, have the official lesson plates, so that when you are coming into the Capitol, you will not be unnecessarily disturbed by state security. So Secretary of Senate, some senators that were not re-elected may still have in their possessions official lesson plates. Please contact them to turn those lesson plates over to the newly elected and inducted senators. And the Spartan office. Yeah, they do it secretary. Let me come to the issue at bar on the agenda. There are 2 points that I want to stress. The main one is the results of the elections. From the pronouncement by NEC, it appears that our country is evenly divided as concerns our politics. The result shows almost 50-50. It tells us as politicians we should work towards peace, even in the pursuit of our positions, as we come back amongst our people. From this result, knowing that our people are evenly divided, it tells us that we should run responsible campaign so that we maintain the peace that we work for over the years. The second point I noticed from these elections, over the years, Liberians and all of us talk about, even here, we debated before about reducing the number of political. Oh, you can close it? You can close it.
Reset it. Reset. No coupon, no opposite.
What I was saying is that before the alarm almost disturbed me.
I reminded you. You have dispensation.
Is that over the years, even at some point in time, we debated on this floor whether we needed to maintain the multiplicity of political parties. Some even suggested that we should pass a law that will limit political parties. We did it clear that decision should be left with Liberians. And as you see, it appears that the decision of the Liberian people, Liberia, is tilting or gravitating towards a two-party state or dominance. So, my advice on that issue is let's continue to observe the situation and let the people of Liberia make their choice. Thank you very much.
GSP Barney.
I can speak for him? Oh, well, you took it already.
Get it already.
We move to Reggie McCarthy. Call on Senator Stephen Montana.
I'm glad to be here and to give God the glory for having us all here today. My experience with the election in Kenya and Liberia, we experienced a lot of challenges with those. When you get mom, you realize that all the field rules are so terrible and you need to pay key attention to it. The health sector of our country, most especially the part of Cape Town that is connecting to Baku County. If you came from the Koba region, coming all the way to the Scottish area, you realize that we don't have a hospital. And so the health committee chair and I will be discussing that to ensure that we have at least a hospital in that region. Security. Cape has serious challenge with security, most especially during election. Was complaining over and again. Cape Town is bordering with Southern. And so most of the time, when it comes to the election, we have a lot of challenges in that area. There is a district called Kopa District. We have to deploy security to keep that place calm. And so it's key in my heart, and I will plead with the security committee for us to discuss that very seriously and take appropriate action. The countries that are having concessions, I mean, when you are campaigning, they throw it back in your face. We need to improve the labor law that has to do with concession. You cannot work in your house well and you pay the minimum wage of a man who working with RX. During the campaign time, we were insulted when we went to the concession areas. They insulted senators, not only me, that the senators are not doing anything when it comes to the wages of those who labor for concessions. It goes underground and risk their life without insurance. And most of the time, when we approach the labor minister, he will assure us, we have someone here many times, assure us that you do this, and nothing is done. So when you are telling me this time, you are afraid to go into a concession block. Because when you get there, the other bull at you, or they insult you, are able to say we are doing nothing about it. And we are actually trying to do something. So that is key. We need to work on that. And I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Madam Vapla, who came to join us, and we're going to work together. We'll do all we can do to help make it more available. The two senators of Cape Town will always be united. Yes.
Then the first one.
And I have
What the first one?
Senator Babla, also granted my contact.
Thank you very much. Good morning, distinguished colleagues. I'm very glad to be here to join this honorable House of Senate. As one of the newcomers, I want to say thank you for the warm welcome among you people. Thank you for the support to occupy the chairperson position of the health committee. Grand Cape County is among the 5 oldest counties of this country. It's a beautiful county naturally, has beautiful people, good food, smart, highly educated people. It is also one of the hubs of minerals of this country for as far back as in the 60s. Howbeit, Grand Cape County is left behind in many aspects of development. The roads are very bad, like my colleague, Senator Taylor mentioned. Even the capital city, Graversford, has not enjoyed an all-weather road. That is the concern of the people of Cape Town. We have clinics that have been built by government investment. There are 5 of them that are not functioning. Some of them have become wounds of rat flies. Our people completely breathing. They need empowerment. Currently, Grand Cape hosts the biggest gold mines. People cannot find jobs. Their jobs are going to foreigners. Those little things that they can do, that they have capacity, they need to be protected. The living standard of the people of Cape Town needs improvement. We need functional schools, functional hospitals, and like the senior senator mentioned, the roads, even in the very polar quality where the mine is situated. We don't have bridges. Some of the places we went during the campaign, I had to park my vehicle and got on motorbikes, especially in places that have water road in the past decades. But they are closer. It's pathetic. Our people are angry. Cape Town is one of the counties that voted out all old lawmakers. That was a message to those of us who are here. We are lucky to have one tertiary institution, but it only gives up to AA degree. The young people want to stay within their comfort in their county where they can find very cheap accommodation and their families can provide food for them to acquire a full degree. We look forward to your support to address some of these issues. Like I said, I'm glad to be here. I will work with each and every one of you. Senator Taylor, I'm hoping to work with you. And I look forward to a team that will deliver to the extent possible to the people of Grand Cape County. On the election, I think the Honorable 55th Senate, we need to again look at the election law. It is good to have rights to challenge, but when challenges are not backed by any evidence, and you see it clearly as a waste of time, as a means of dribbling people, it's appalling and discouraging. We need to look at how we address those. Thank you again. I'm glad to be a part of this house, and I look forward to working with you. To the old senators, I'm your rookie senator.
I will follow you, I will ask you questions, I will follow your guidance, especially to our dear President Puerto, who has been a very major contribution for my standing here today to see back from campaign for me in 2019. Thank you, and may God bless us.
All cocktail and praise give away.
Thank you.
The greatest job.
Thank you. Madam Presiding, distinguished colleagues, good morning to all. I personally want to take this time to thank all of you for reposing your confidence in me to serve as chair of the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and the Budget of the Liberian Senate. And so, in a special way, welcome all of our new colleagues that have joined us to do the work of the Liberian people, most especially my junior Senator, Senator Johnny Wade. I was privileged to serve as National Campaign Manager of the Unity Party. So by that, I experienced almost everything that cut across the country as challenges. Beginning with the issue of health delivery system. And some of our colleagues have made mention of that already. We have clinics, we have hospitals across the country that can barely afford to give paracetamol to a patient that visited those different clinics. The colleagues, you may be aware that we have never hesitated to fund the budget of the Ministry of Health. And I will assure you that with all of your support, that the issue of preferential execution of our budget should not be allowed under this new Senate. Now that we did not place in those different amounts to procure those different drugs. But can you imagine an institution that's supposed to be a government-funded institution go without appropriation for more than 5 months? How do you expect that institution to function? And it goes to education also. I will closely work with my successors to look into education closely. As we speak, across the country, there are more kids out of school as compared to those that are in school. All because there was a scheme that was established by the Civil Service Agency that is automated that a classroom teacher having reached 65 will automatically be dropped from the payroll, from government payroll. And then to replace those individuals have not been prioritized over the past 5-6 years. So kids leave and go to school, no teacher. And as a result of that, they end up on a different farm. One thing I've also noticed is not only kids going to school and they can't find teachers to teach, but the very chalk, the very rule book, teacher plan book that's supposed to be procured by the government through the Ministry of Education are not available in some of the schools. And the centrally positioning of the county school system budget under the minister's office, I think it's a hindrance to decentralizing the expenditure of the education funding. So my successors, I think you can take on from there and show that as we contemplate on delivering on the new budget, that funding will be made to be decentralized. Take it under the minister's office and let it go to the different counties. The support to our paramilitary institutions. Police, we are on record here. We did not fail to do our job. We placed money in the budget to procure vehicles for police across the country. Motorbikes, 6 years running down. You can't imagine that a police headquarters in one county or other county have never getting a pickup to address issue of crime. I hope under this leadership of the Senate, those things will not be repeated. And I heard my colleagues saying, yes, the country was divided or is divided into two. But given what the other side put in, and given the message that the other side took, it clearly shows that the people were tempted. And to accepting money to do things that they didn't want to do. But as God will have it, we are here today. So it's not always good to rely on cash to preach your re-election agenda. And that will be a lesson for all of us here. That as we go along, not only the citizens were craving for change, but a change that will affect them directly. And I think all of us are ready to effect those changes by monitoring the budget execution and ensuring that money that we place for the work of the different institutions in the country, I give them to them. We are not just appropriating on paper, but ensuring that those monies are raised and sent to those different institutions to do whatever they have to do. Again, I want to say thank you for allowing us to serve you. If it comes to the Senate, we are committed to following the mandate of plenary. The budget going to be programmed, we stand ready to do that. Whatever we think that will make our people happy in terms of using the covered regularly to address some of those things, we are ready. We're not going to push anything on the carpet, and by doing that, we'll only harm the push to have a change that will transform this country in a better direction. Thank you very much.
On to Senator Johnny K. Pini.
Madam President, distinguished colleagues, it is a pleasure today to be among you people as the youngest senator of the Republic of Liberia. I want to say a big thank you to the people of Bon County for imposing and trusting me. I want to say thank you to the people of Bon County.
Thank God.
I want to say thank you to the people of Bon County for imposing this trust in me as the youngest senator of Bon County. My experience with the campaign has to do with a few things that my senior senator has just spoken about. And those things that really matters to our people, the people role in our country. First of all, before I go for the media recognized Honorable Moy for being one of the persons who has helped me during my campaign to bring him the next senator of the county. And I want to say a big thank you to you, and I can show you that the fight in our country is going on. We are here together to work to meet the deliverables of our people, and more especially the 78,000 people that I've got, majority here for the young people, and they believe in me so much in the Republic of Liberia, and I believe that, and more especially in our country, I believe that it's a time that we young people stay in the gap and work for the young generation to change their future. My experience that I had that made me to travel all through the 13 administrative district. We had a situation with road connectivity. Everywhere we ever went to run our campaign, we had to use motorbikes to get in other places to see how best we can get our word to our people or our city to them. And every time we get those things done, there's so many things that you go through. You get back to see somebody will have back pain, otherwise somebody will die in the process, otherwise somebody will break their leg, or a motor accident or so. The issue of health is one of the major things in our country. Many days we have ambulance in our comfort. We leave from one town to another town to help our people, to give them drugs and other pharmaceuticals. I believe that if we are doing it like my partner said, if we are putting money into the budget for health, it is our binding duty to go after those people that are responsible to disburse those funds for the needful. I want to also stress a key point here. The GSL company, what I was there during the election, before you get to a particular location to get a job done, you'll be on a connectivity for maybe 2, 4, 5 hours. We actually look at the concession that surround the GSM company. Liberia is so small that we still suffer for connectivity. You get in the middle of one county, you got emergency. You get your message across. Our sisters and brothers and mothers are dying because they want to get to the hospitals, even though there are no drugs in it. But they can't get there. They have to put our mothers and sisters on the back. Otherwise, they have to put them on the structure to take them. And in the process, without any connectivity, they die. So we look at the concession on connectivity on the GSM company that speaks to how our people supposed to be connected. When people spoke about education, the young people in Bon County, they are very, very needed for education. From the babies to the adults. When you're traveling by road, on the side of the road, you see the young children standing with colored book and pencils in their hand to go to class, no teacher. But we agreed the money in the budget for those things, for them to pay the salaries for the teachers. But the teachers are not going to classes because no salary. $5,000 Liberian per salary a month to most of the schools. Our younger brothers and sisters, we wanted to stop drugs. But what the environment are we creating for them to stop drugs? It's our binding duty to at least look through all those things. I want to say thank you to my colleagues. I'm here as the younger senator to you. I've come to learn a lot from you. Give me an opportunity to stand to the older senator to learn more from you. And I'm hoping to learn from you. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Not counted.
We have time to arrange.
The Prince Watt Johnson.
Distinguished colleagues, we're so glad to be here to see the old faces and the new senators who were elected the people from the Liberian Senate. Madam, well, I'm so happy to see you in Bhutan. This is an elevation. I would have preferred you sit over there and represent also because you are most sophisticated in that position as you are. However, it is God's way to destiny. Being here with you, I want to say this. Before 2023 passed, before the 55th fourth legislature died. There were issues raised by many senators on this floor, especially Senator Darrell, regarding payments to so-called domestic contractors that we never saw the list. I would request all of you please to bring that back on the floor. We want to see the domestic contractors. We are told those who are in the power that we just sacked. A lot of them registered companies in a people in different names. And when the budget was passed, they collected money and refused to submit to the Honorable Liberian Senate the list of so-called domestic contractors. We talk about roads. That's not affect the whole country. But we made allocations to all the institutions of government. That include public works. Huge amount of money. But we fail to appropriately exercise our oversight responsibility. I think we should reawaken now. We were sleeping, we should reawaken in our slumber and make sure we exercise our oversight. Those agencies and government institutions, we allocate money for the use. By the time we pass budget, that's the end of it. Since I've been here 18 years. We have never brought the minister here and find him culpable for the misuse of government money. But instead, some of us become good friends with people. During the elections, I listened to people from the southeast. Face my road, you don't face my road, no paracetamol in the hospital. We don't care where you like the man. That's the man we love. Papa Lord, they don't go for the table.
Order, presiding. Order, presiding.
You
We're
are
not
talking
saying that.
about
Order, presiding. Order,
There were no X-ray, but we made money available to the health ministry. The only X-ray donated to the Southeastern, specifically in Maryland, was the one that Rescue to our vice president-elect donated.
When was that?
Recently.
You have all this in Zimbabwe before?
So my request before I sit down, I can see that this country is going to prosper. I can see more investors coming because of the type of people I see here. So let's work together and let us be selfless. Our country needs development. We are far behind. You know, every 9 years, the first 9 years when we came here, the first 9 years, 2 persons came. It was 2009. The second 9 years, 4 persons came. They ready to kick them out. Once they kick you out, you can no longer go to Jamaica. So I'm telling you, if you even join us, they cheat the people of this country. When we are out of power, they're rescuing out of power.
Which one in Jamaica in the Caribbean?
Where will you go?
In the Caribbean?
Is that in order again?
Which Jamaica?
That's not what you
Is that in order again?
And he brought it out with us. He was a lead and he said I was
Right.
Yeah, right.
He's trying to power.
For those committees to carry on the exercise and oversight responsibility, God bless you.
Thank you.
You were the main architect that brought the outgoing government to power.
Thank you.
Madam President, distinguished colleagues. President, in the first place, let me congratulate my colleagues, the 15 senators, and today I want to tell my colleagues, the problem in Grand Juda County and in the southeast. In the first place, quality is dynamic, in not static. We, the people of Southeastern region, will exercise our constitutional right. I want for people to know. It's our constitutional right to vote the way we voted.
Thank you.
And now, if any other government will see a prudence to do what the people of Southeastern region want, the future ahead of us, and we'll rethink to see how best we can look at the development that will be given to us. My distinguished colleagues, in Grand Juda County, the problem in Grand Juda is all over in Liberia. Today, there's no way you can go residential area in Liberia, but especially the capital. Everywhere is ghetto. Everywhere. Every part of Monrovia, there will be nowhere that you will go and you will not see our sons and daughters that will call Zogo. I want for us to look at it here. Very important for our people. Whosoever that will take over our institution, let us see reason. It's so good. Our dear friend and brother, Senator Momo from Lofa County, who have been elected as chair on security and intelligence. I believe the vetting process with those that will be nominated in the opposition will do it very well. Protein. Again, in Grand Juda County, the last time in February when I spoke on the floor, when I talked about health sector, other people went myself in the same party, oh, the man, they like want to leave all this and that, but it is true. Today in Liberia, the health sector in Liberia is like 0 degree. If you went to Grand Juda Autonomous Hospital, the first thing the nurse or the doctor will tell you, go and buy your own sheet, go and write a prescription. Paracetamol is not in the hospital. Today, then yesterday, 12, 13 years ago, when you into zone, you intubate them, you call for ambulance or ambulances, expedition day, they will be there. But today, when you go to the hospital, the best thing the head doctor will tell you, or the field that we have here, you can only go for pregnant women and children. Where are we going? So the chair on with me finance development planning. I'm appealing to you by the grace of God. I believe by the grace of God, I will be representing Grand Juda in our committee. Let us look at the health sector, education, security. What just happened a few days in Grand Juda to me? The police, they wanted to go and take action. But how? Police has only one vehicle, and between you and I, when I called the police commander, and he said to me, Senator, yes, we have a vehicle, but no battery. And I believe it. The police will not take the tear gas with their motorbike. So even if they fire the tear gas, if they want to arrest a criminal, how would they go with you? He says, God, in the county of the power of the Southeastern region, if no police car there, there wasn't a ground crew. So destroying police. Let us put our people first. And to the national government,
Our roads, we in Southeastern. Every county has that problem. But more especially, they're going to election, most of them, they were left out in election because of the road condition. Just to get a grandchildren, up to spend 3-4 days before they got their election over. Grandchildren registered 63,000 registered voters. But during the election, 23,000 out of 63 never took part in election. 80% of the reason is because of the road condition. So, I thank God that people don't give themselves to who are registering now. The Trigger Police. The Trigger Police, I believe that all of us they work together to make Liberia a better world. Let us be united. Anything that I won't stand by asking you, it does not mean I don't know. But whatsoever I don't know is bigger than you. So let us work together as a team. You are most welcome. Let's be friendly as usual. And like my dear brother from one county. The boys,
give you an actual age.
Don't worry, I will tell you.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Ray. Thank you for the opportunity. My fellow colleagues, a lot of my brothers and sisters from the various areas have said that Liberia's problem is not isolated to Nigeria alone. It's 15 countries. I'd just like to add, in reference to the elections, we need to continue to assess the practices of the election commission. There are a couple of examples I want to give you. There were times when 7 of the senatorial candidates from Grand Jury complained about a particular magistrate. And that complaint was verified. And a decision was made to disallow this magistrate from conducting election at that time. But unfortunately, this individual was taken in front of the Kidman. Now you tell me, is his problem isolated to Grand Jury, his malpractice? It's not only isolated to Grand Jury. That's part of his behavior. So why are you keeping and you send to Kidman? You send to Kidman, you get the same thing in Kidman. So what we need to do is to supervise this department, make sure that when there's a malpractice to magistrate, that person should be fired from the department. We are 20 years old today as an emerging democratic country. 2003 to today is 20 years. And if you are a 20-year-old young man or woman, that means you are still learning. And so it is allowable for us to make mistakes. But when those mistakes are made, there should be correction. And this is the process where we have begun. Secondly, I'd like to remind my brother from Grand Bassa, Senator Dillon, regarding the passport situation. Oh, you know, I thought he was a Bassa man. We did the passport agreement with the first company, Bob Enterprise from Ghana. And in that agreement, we decided and we concluded that the passport processing should be decentralized. And if you look into that agreement, there should be a passport office in Foya. There should be a passport office in Prigo. There should be a passport office in Ganta. And a passport office in Zwedru. You don't expect a Liberian wanting to travel to leave from Prigo or Harper to come to Monrovia for passport. That means we are not prioritizing the needs of our people. And up to this time, nothing has happened. Who brought us here? All of us sitting here, who brought us here? Our people brought us here. But we decided to give our people $200,000 every year for development. What is that? Is that an insult to us or to the people? Do you understand why you don't stay more than 9 years in these offices? That is the problem. The people want to see development. But you pass the budget to give them $200,000 when your budget is $90 billion. Why give them $200,000? And to add injury, insult to injury, that $200,000 is not given every year. Up to now, this government owes each of the county $3 million. So when the people see you and I walking in the streets, they want to jump us with a rock. Because the $200,000 is not even coming. We need to put our foot down, and this morning the pastor gave a sermon that I really appreciated. And he said, we will make it. And I'm sure with the caliber of all of us in this place, we should put our foot down. 20 years old, if you are 20 years old, you are an adult. You need to make a decision, identify your needs and your wants. Thirdly, in Grand Gita, we have what we call the Maximum Prison Center. The Maximum Prison Center is a substitute for the prison that was in Liberia for people who go to lifetime imprisonment. This prison center has been transferred to Grand Julius Redwood, to be specific. And today, people within the security sector are using this prison center to abuse our young people. When you have a motorbike problem, they send you to prison center to be along with the person who is serving maximum prison sentence. And so all of our young people that have motorbike problem, that owe somebody, before they even go to court, they send them to prison. And I think the law says that only the judge can sentence you. It's not the policeman. But in Grand Julius, it's the other way around. The policeman will make a decision to send you to prison instead of a jail. And let me remind you, there's a difference between a jail and a prison center. A detention center is 90 days. If it is a prison, it's beyond 90 days to lifetime imprisonment. So, what we need to do as a government body is to create, since we all agree that maximum prison center should be in Grand Julius County, we should create a detention center to handle our young people and not put them into maximum prison. But when they are sentenced by the judge, and the judge says you go to jail for 6 months or 1 year, then you take that individual to the maximum prison center. I appeal to you. The fourth item here, Grand Julius, I traveled recently from Monrovia to Riverside, all the way to all of the counties in the southeastern region.
Actually, you joined it, man.
Recently, I even went to bomb mines. I grew up in bomb mines. I worked with my father in Bombay Hills. I live in the nurses' camp there. So I tried to go to all these places to see what they look like today. But what I noticed is that Grand Julius is the only county in the Republic of Liberia that is saturated with security gates. Every corner, every village you go to, there is a security gate with DA, immigration, FDA, fire service. I don't know what the hell these people are doing. And every motorbike that comes, you gotta pay the DA. You gotta get $100. If you pay DA $100, you gotta get that DA $100. You gotta get policeman $100. Otherwise, you're not crossing. That is true. Why the government is not behaving the whole world. It's not what is the contribution. If in the contribution, the government doesn't behave, it's got the right to remove the government.
I will get real estate by
Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, we prioritize education. I know all of you have been talking about education in this hall. They said that our people are not trained to become teachers. Then the NGO came and they went to KRTDI, WRTDI, and they trained all these young men and women and gave them C certificates. And those who want to go beyond C certificates are now attending universities. And so we pension all of these people. Why do you pension somebody if you don't have their replacement? What sort of governance system is that? You say you want new shoes, you don't, the old shoes not go, but then you took out the old shoes, but you don't have new shoes. Then you will walk barefooted to enter there. Our system needs to be strengthened by us. Let us put these things at them, and they have been volunteering. Teachers are volunteering around these counties. For 3 years, for 4 years, for 5 years, they will still hold on to the seats that they give, hoping that one day they will be employed. And yet, they have not been employed. And they will be employed on what salary? $8,000 salary, less than $50 US today. We need to make that progress. I think I'm exhausting my
that was a special dispensation.
We looked at the executive order number 1. Executive order number 1 calls for all government funding to go directly into the accounts before government can use vouchers to take the money out. And that includes the social development funds from the concession companies. We put this into the agreement because we want the benefiting county to use that money for development. But when the money comes from the companies and goes into the account, the government refuses to release the money. So how are we going to get development? So when we go to these villages, our people keep confronting us. The money is not for government, it's for the counties. If you can't give us $200,000 that you promised to give, then give us the money that comes from the companies. But all of that money is being withheld in government. And as citizens and governors of the state, it's a challenge to all of us. I believe that $200,000, if we are here to serve our people, that $200,000 should be quadrupled as of the next budget. So you show that our people benefit. Thank you very much.
Move on to local council. Central Councilor Joseph A. Jala.
Madam Presiding, distinguished senators, members of our public, I was really taken away when I saw our colleague using their platform to regulate grievances against the outgoing administration. Although we don't have enough time to do that. But anyways, as be as may be, let me tell you how my background for allowing us to represent our great county and its people. Our county is the most heterogeneous in nature, in the sense that we have 6 ethnic groups. And every ethnic group has political culture different. When you go campaign in one area, you must go with different message and expect to have different recommendations. That's the background of our experience. My colleagues is here, well versed, hardworking,
as chiefs, we all went together before, and we committed to work together. Fortunately for us, we have a caucus. I don't know whether all of the people here have caucuses, but we have a legislative caucus. So I will talk about the caucus.
Will you rely on the caucus?
To set an example.
All the countries.
No, we're not getting a modem.
President, please protect Senator Jala. I will drop my protection.
That's a bad new protection.
No, I will drop my protection.
Because he lost teacher for every school. I went to him all that.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. But in any case, we are happy and proud. We never had different experiences. And we will know those experiences in a different annals. Our candidate was wanting to produce the president. Grandmaster has produced the protocol. Sano produced the speaker. All right. There were one.
I was step short.
Then the one produced the deputy speaker.
But why are you doing Dima when the vice president? Why do you Dima out?
Oh, my apology. It's not the biggest apology. Lima produced the vice president. You think I'm very?
You like Dima?
Why you can't be focused?
Is that there's a structure of power so that everybody will not take all. My friend, you know, is Prime Minister today. So you see,
When I get minister, then I'll chair.
that's the other side of it.
No, but the man like that, executive.
You're right.
Okay, you're right.
So who the deputy? You want answer?
Our people want us to give the message. In rescuing them, we should bring in people with clean sheet of record. Anybody that smells corruption, we say should have a resolution on that. If you just smell corruption, whether you are convicted by the court or not, even if an audit report convicts you, they should wait and figure all the good people first, then they can come back to you.
I enjoy that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is why we are, working together. You know, we want to do yesterday. When the lawmaker here in his son was having a company, 40%.
Who?
I said a lawmaker.
But he can be.
So, the son got 40% of the company.
He can be.
Let me tell the audit report first, don't get time.
But you can get it. All right.
The son got 40% of the company. They ordered a survey for the land. They asked for 150 acres of field survey to have the property. the county. Now, those surveys on the collector 450,000.
Really? You guys got
These are the reports will be coming back to us for confirmation. They will be recycled. So we should read the other reports and see where they are with these things. So I will leave the floor with my colleagues that we are offering the contest. You will have something to add so that I can say everything. The county is so big. You stay talking?
Yes.
So thank you, Madam President, for giving me time.
Thank you.
What happened? Oh,
That's a special dispensation for this like a fire.
oh man. Why you want that between the people?
Good afternoon, good morning, fellow distinguished senators. Madam Presiding, for me, I want to praise the Lord Almighty for allowing me to stay in this Senate on behalf of the people of Lofa County. Everything that happened to me in Lofa County is unprecedented. And I'm here to tell you my story.
In 3 minutes?
Yes.
And you were in 1 minute of that 3 minutes?
This is the very first time for Lofa to produce a senator as an independent candidate. This is the very first time for Lofa to produce a senator that amassed a number of 37,000 votes. I'm coming to the point. Without no political connection, the people of Lofa, with all of what went on politically, they chose to elect me to represent them at this 50-50. So, I campaign on 3 key issues that I want to re-emphasize for which I was elected. I heard a lot of our colleagues talking about parole. For me, I use Matthew 7:7. If you know the Bible. I said I will go out there, I will knock doors, I will negotiate, I will network. The road between Silent to Volume will be pliable in 1 year. I said, I will depend on this house. I will depend on my negotiating skills out there. I will talk to government friends. That road between Silent and Lofa will be pliable in 1 year. The next thing I campaigned on was the issue of women's development and empowerment. Look, if you empower a woman, you empower the household. By extension, you have empowered the community. Not only that, you have empowered the nation. So for us, women empowerment will be a key thing for us in Lofa County. How we do that? We find some means to put money to the disposal of business people. And we attempt to identify groups of women, not individual women, who are into production, who are into marketing or producing something. Because let me tell you something quickly about Lofa County. Or that Lima, or that Basa, or that Bong, or the county. We do not have a consensus or anything like governmental or private entities that are working in government, that are working for working in Nigeria, like in Libya, like in Grand Bassa. So our people are unemployed, especially the men. We got a lot of men who are educated. who have skills, but they're not going to work because there's no opportunity. I'm speaking about now. The women are the ones who are taken to the hospital. If the kids are not in school, their mothers suffer the largest. If the kids are sick, the mothers suffer the largest. Even the husband, when they go out of the hospital, come back, they're asking the woman, is there anything to eat? That's the situation. So women empowerment is key for us. Let me tell you a little bit of story about the heavens, the tear tree that I can't be on. I've seen and heard some terrible stories of mothers. We have seen women giving birth on the road to the hospital, or the motorbike, or whatever means they're using to take them to the hospital because of difficulties of getting to the hospital. So we have campaigned and God in God. In 3 years, we have done a survey. We got 54 health centers in local country across the country. We have seen by the grace of God, will ensure that each one of these facilities has got an ambulance. Those are 3 things that can be on by the grace of God. Like I use Matthew 7:7. Nothing is impossible when God is in it. Nothing is impossible. We are hoping that in the first 3 years, we will achieve those 3 campaign messages. Now let me go to the issue of me being elected on the committee to chair National Defense Security Intelligence. I want to appreciate you, my colleagues. I have a strength intelligence, 32 years intelligence. Look, in this country, nobody will mercy without a proper investigation and the corporate reform and punish and prosecute. Nobody on our regime will go out there and find the corporate and we will arrest them, will prosecute them, and sentence them. But here's what we're going to do. I started my work yesterday. As soon as I got inducted, I was at the police station. We need to empower our police and national security apparatus. What are police saying? You can expect the police to work when they do not have logistics. When they are not motivated. The salary is not coming on time. Thereby encouraging corruption. I'm praying to my colleagues. Let's give the security apparatus what they need. Then we can return and just start them if they don't give us a result. That's my plea to this 55th legislature. Let's give, because security is the first line of defense. We don't have security, we'll not be secure here. So let's prioritize security. Let's give them what they need. Let's talk to them. Let's see their budget. Let's see how we can negotiate with them and give them what they want. Then we can hold their feet to the fire to make sure they deliver and our people get safe, protected. People talk about challenges. I didn't hear people talking about this. I don't know whether other colleagues had an experience. The issue of trucking in election time must be minimized or discouraged. I tell you what example we credit for you. One of the senators who ran, Honorable Moses Collins, has 11,000 votes before her. We beat it in her own backyard because of trucking. Let's agree it wasn't caught. I wouldn't be standing here. Let's discourage trucking. People you cover must be the one that have elected you. You can have people that you truck. At the end of the day, they leave, and then you bury people who you did not vote you. I'm just very surprised. I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit emotional. But we have to discourage talking in our electoral process. We have to. That is my challenge. No, that's what I said. It is about us. We got to change our attitude and behavior in the electoral process. Let me remind the people of this house and the people of local council. I did not come here for the salary. I'm an entrepreneur with over 3,500 employees. We'll talk about that later. But I did not come here for salary. The salary is appreciated, but I did not come for salary. I came to serve with distinction. I came to serve with distinction. Please, police, allow me to serve my people with distinction. Will not be aggressive on the floor, will not be rude on the floor, will not be competition on the floor, but we will speak truth to power. We will speak truth to power. This country must be liberated through this business. This country must be liberated. The last thing I want to say that I cannot hear about, and I will close on it, is the issue of this Zoko all over the country. Lofa is on the growth. So I've been taking and bringing it to the floor here. We will be working with our police here to ensure that we have a technical college building in Polanco which represents the lower Lofa.
In 2 years.
In 5 years. The reason we chose Polanco district, which will be a representation of lower Lofa, that is 4-yard farm with that of Polanco, is because in the upper Lofa area where we have volume and Zosa, Salaya, we have already got a Lofa University. We got Zero TTI. We got a KU University. We got the Esther Broton School of Health and Sciences. So we do not have such a high institution in the lower Lofa area. And our people in the lower Lofa area, we need this opportunity. So I will be talking and appealing to my colleagues here in the next 4 to 5 years to ensure that before my next election we have got a technical university in Polanco. Thank you. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Project for giving so far 2 minutes. I show you we also count the woman. Anyway, let me start by congratulating a sister, a friend for many years, a family friend, who was yesterday elected, White Mother, as our Senate Pro Tem. And let me also congratulate Rebel Brown, who will be taking over from her. I hope you know solid number. But the regular tradition of the Senate will continue, at the highest standard, and thank God for Senator Mori, who will handle the budget. You don't have to go for fiscal space. But on a serious note, I'm very excited about this Senate. I have relationship in the Senate, political relationship that goes beyond 20 years. I've known people and worked with people here. I still remember 1997, Senator Magere as my youth chairman in Bakulu, Senator Bani, youth chairman in Maryland. Today we are all here in the Senate. 50 years, or let's say 30 younger, 40 some more years ago, Senator Taylor and I grew up together in Mano River. So we have relationship across in the Senate. We've worked together since 2005, been here together. We serve each other. There are colleagues here who serve me when I serve as Speaker. There are colleagues who serve Senator Tyler when he served as Speaker, colleagues who serve Senator Lokwe when he served as Speaker, and of course colleagues who serve Senator Finley when he served as co-chair. So the relationship in here is priceless. Senator Johnson, who has mentored most of us here in the Senate for many years, in the legislature, now in the Senate. So it is, I said to myself the other day when I saw the final listing of the Senate, that if this Senate may succeed, then and let's say that they're divided money. Because the caliber of people in this Senate that I see, you know, and everyone comes with their own value. It's just unprecedented. So I'm very excited that I'm here, and I want to take this time to extend thanks to all of you for reaffirming my representation, or your representation through me at the ECOWAS Parliament. We assure you that we've done, both senators will tell you that we've used the Senate platform to keep our colleagues informed about happiness in the region on a regular basis. And those of you who joined the Senate chat room last night will begin to see some of those things as we interact. And I'm very excited that you've given me that renewed mandate to represent you at the ECOWAS Parliament. I assure you that you will endeavor not to fall short.
Is there a tendency that we order and not get it there?
Of your expectation. And that food is we try not to fall short of your expectation. As regards the election was a very interesting political and democratic process for our country. There were two major sides in the election, two strong slogans. I turned to my friend and brother, Senator Maggie Chestnut, and said, to actually remind me of our slogan, because I remember the rescue slogan. And then he said to me, our slogan was yo, yo, yo. So the rescue was yo, yo, yo. You know, went to the Liberian people. There were two sides, two main sides. And we went to the Liberian people and gave a message, or gave our messages. And the Liberian people decided to take one of the two. As Senator Brown said, it didn't mean that any side is so better than the other. But in the democratic process, someone must win. And the rescue side won the election. We can assure you, those of us that did not support you, that we want to see you succeed. Because when you succeed, Liberia succeeds. But we want to ask you to succeed properly and cautiously. Going to an election with a vote difference of about 20,000 tells you that we need to work together and reconcile the country is extremely important. Let us work together and let us do what is right. Let us look for people that will serve us in their respective position of trust. I listened to one of my colleagues yesterday evening on OKFM, the Conan. He said, you know, as part of the confirmation process, he even volunteered that people coming from the diaspora. It happens to be globally too, so that we know segregation. But he said that he even prepared to spend his own money to do background check based on the social security number. And that we do the same here. So that this time around we cannot drop the ball. Let us do the right thing. Let us put this country together. Let us work together so that we can build and build. We come here to this Senate, and I like the Senate, the level of maturity, because we laugh, we joke, but we are serious-minded people. And to some of you here for the first time, before I do the last one and take my seat, this job comes with a lot of pressure. So when you see us joking on the floor sometimes, it's not that we're not serious-minded people, but it's to cut down the pressure. But if you take it and think you finish the Senate job in one day, you know you're coming to get high blood pressure. So every time we sound up on the back there, it's not to disrupt the flow, it's to cut down your pressure. So that you don't need to take pressure pill in the morning. And I show the other my eyes, I don't know what it is. I showed the rules and order of man said, come on, you had him, and I said in language, you don't say, you had dispensation. Not what you say. I don't know what it comes. You want to repeat it? You repeat it, So, but the Senate is really, really a wonderful place. I'm sorry that Senator Albert Chair is not here today, but I want to give him special thanks. Those of us that got elected 2 years ago and joined the Senate, the way we were received by our colleagues in the Senate, some of whom are still here, assisted at the pro-tem, some have left. It was a great welcome. The Senate is different. You will see from the exchanges in the chat room, after session, we go to the pro-tem office. Sometimes it's not to eat, not because we're hungry, just that we're pro-tem, just to de-stress.
To discuss DNA.
Yeah, and other issues. So I really love the Senate. It's a good place to be. It's truly, yesterday we exhibited that the Senate is indeed a house of elders. What we saw there yesterday. To close on Bombay County, I'm happy that I'm joined by my long-time friend at one stage and political rival at another stage. They're friends again and rival. But we are two very mature politicians.
Why is the present stage now?
The present stage now is ECOWAS Forum. So I'm very happy that I'm joined by Senator Tyler, who comes with vast experience in legislative matters. I look forward to him and I working together aggressively in the interest of Bombay County. Amidst the times we've had our political disagreement, it's never been personal, and whenever we had to do a piece of job, we did it together. So even before he became senator, when he was just a citizen of the county, he gave the purpose.
That 1929 speech?
So when he was just member, we worked together very well. So I look forward to us continuing our job for the next 6 years together. Thank you very much, Madam Pro-Tem, and be assured of our fullest support in ensuring that we succeed as the second female Senate Pro-Tem. Grace Mann was the first, and you are the second. And we look forward to working with you and giving you all of the support to ensure that you succeed as the Pro-Tem of the Liberian Senate. Thank you very much. Next Sunday I'll be attending St. Please Johnson Church, so anybody interested can join me.
I'm going to check something
Let's bring you on a Senate flow. Keep watching the
No, I'm going to deliver. Yeah, I'm going to deliver. Thank you. Madam President, distinguished colleagues, I want to thank you for the warm reception yesterday. We thank God Almighty for our preferment by the people of Liberia for electing us at this time. You know, there are a lot of other elections that we will talk about. But our people, the Golan people say, the sickness which you survived, that's why you can talk about. 2020, some other contestant, this seat we didn't win, so we will not be here to explain. But I'm more than certain that we have similar story, and all of the things that have been explained here today are not unique to Bombay County. Say, for instance, the issue of education, the issue of health, the issue of agriculture, and infrastructure. What we need to do is to step up our oversight, or may I say our robust oversight.
Because road connectivity, they say you got to pay road for airport and you have the west road from the airport. You look at into the villages, the feeder roads are taken care of. I'm sure it's the same with Bassa. Even with Lima. Then when you come to the southeast, it's completely different. So let us work together and prove to the Liberia that we are here to play the difference. At a protem, you have a tax. People may talk about the quality and caliber of people in the Senate, their experience and expertise and what have you. But my sister, let me leave just 4 things to you. Please, plan, consult, listen before you implement. That way, your colleagues will see the end product, will see themselves as the end product. And I can assure you with that, there will be harmony in this setting. Evidence of what we did yesterday. That maturity must continue, for you are just first among equals. Having said that, let me thank all of you and congratulate all of us for coming to serve. Let us work together. I don't want to be repetitive. All the things we want to say, I've just said by our colleagues. We can assure you of our support. And let us express and go take our seat, our appreciation for our friend. Whatever position, whatever thing you want to do in the Senate, will be more than willing, for we have come to serve. Thank you.
Martin County, Senator Tony J. Lyman Woodway.
Thank you. Madam Pro Tem, distinguished colleagues, let me join other previous speakers to welcome all of us for the 55th National Legislature. Together we have an opportunity to serve our people, to make a difference in the daily conditions of our people. As we all saw during the campaign, even after the election, and as we have seen, election after election, the Liberian people hold no loyalty to a particular group of people of political party. What they anticipate is that their best interest will be served. So if they give you a mandate and you fail to serve their best interests, you will see the very people who were hailing you turn against you. We have seen that election after election. Also, elections after election, we have seen a disconnect between the electorates and the legislature. And that's why you see every election, many members, the majority members of the legislature are put out. That speaks to a huge disconnect between the electorates and the legislature. What we have as a challenge going forward is for us to see how we improve on that, how to connect with our people. Why it is true that we have 3 cardinal responsibilities: lawmaking, representation, oversight. What is key is how those responsibilities trickle down meaningfully in the lives of our people. And that's what I think in 55th should
very concerned.